portion we were dealing with was delegation. Already we have seen delegation has three elements, that is authority, responsibility and accountability. We have seen all these. Now we are going to see the importance of delegation. Why delegation is important? As I told you, delegation means a superior is sharing work with the subordinates so that everybody will be able to do the work properly to achieve the goal. So we are going to explain why delegation is important. First one, you can see effective management. Suppose I am the manager. As I told you earlier, as a manager, many problems will be coming to me to solve. And I may not get time to solve everything. So what I can do is, the less important problems or the activities to be done, I can give it to my subordinate. There may be so many subordinates for me. I may not share the work with everybody. I will share with the work with somebody who is dependable. That means who is capable and ready to do the work. So I will be sharing some of my work with them so that I need to concentrate only on the important matter. So look at that one. If there are 10 problems to be solved, maybe 5 or 6 are very important, which needs my attention. I can take care of that one. The remaining 4 will be given to the subordinates. They will be able to solve that problem. And they will be taking initiative to find out the solutions for that one. That means they will also be developing. We will come to that one later. Coming to my part, as I am able to concentrate on the important matters, definitely I will be getting enough time to solve it, and the activities can be done effectively and efficiently. That is why it says effective manager. The manager will be able to look into the problems to the deepest level and able to find correct solution for it. That will be helping the business organization to run smoothly, and naturally that will lead to the growth and more profit making in the organization. That is why it says delegation is important, because it leads to effective management. Second one is, as I told you, I being the manager, finding out some subordinates and sharing some of the problems which I have to solve with them. So I will be finding out the subordinates who are dependable, who are capable, who are sincere, who are hardworking, etc. I will not share with anybody or everybody. So the advantage here is the employees are developed. When I am sharing with the work with A or B, A will be able to develop his efficiency and effectiveness, or he will be taking the initiative to do the work. Naturally, when I am getting the chance to do the work, I can prove my efficiency. So that is why it says employee development, prepare them for future managers. Maybe later when there is a vacancy, the management may decide to promote me to the higher position. I will be ready to take the position and I will be able to do the work properly, because already through the delegation I had the experience of looking into the problems and solving that one. So even if I am promoted, management will not be worried. I don't have to worry about the position, because I have got the experience of doing the work properly. So that is why it says employees development, prepare them for future managers. The top level management will be having confidence on me, because they have seen me solving the problem, finding solution, doing the work very well. So they can sincerely, since they have the belief in me or trust in me, naturally they will be promoting and I can do the work very well. That is my second one, employees development. Third one is motivation of employees. Again, I am going back what I told you. When I want to share the work with you in your class, I will not give it to all the 40 students in your class. Maybe I find that 5 of you are very hard-working, dedicated, sincere, etc. I will call them and share the work only with the 5. That means that shows clearly I have the faith in you. Look at that one. That is a motivation. Since you feel that I have the faith in you, naturally that will be working as a motivation, encouragement to you. When I share the work with you, you will try to do it very well and prove yourself as efficient so that more work will be given to you. You will never go back and you will never be doubting about the work because of the problem that you know that one. If you don't do the work what I have given to you very well, I will not trust you, I will not share the work later with you. So definitely the workers which are given the work will be always dedicated and hard working. Fourth point, facilitation of growth. When there are so many subordinates who are ready to take up the responsibility and do the work, naturally more people will be there to take the responsibility. More people can be promoted. So when the business is growing, maybe more departments will have to be made. When more departments have to be made or more branches will have to be opened, experienced people are necessary to do the work. Here already, since I was sharing my work with the subordinates, a ready workforce is there to take up the challenge, to do the work sincerely, and they have already proved their efficiency. So here, look at that one, facilitation of growth. Delegation helps the business organization to grow, as I told you, because there are so many people who prove their efficiency, provide a ready workforce to take up leading position. When more departments are created, more branches are opened, naturally effective and efficient managers are necessary to put there. So here through delegation, already the management has created ready workforce who can be given the responsibility. Now the work is very easy when they are opening new branches or when they are creating more departments. Since there are efficient people, that departments or that branches also will be functioning very well. So overall growth will be there because of the delegation. Next one is a basis of management hierarchy. Look at that one. It establishes superior subordinate relationship, determines who has to report to whom, decides the power that each job position enjoys. Basis of management hierarchy means the ranking order. As we have studied, I am going back to the scalar chain. In the scalar chain, we have studied who is the superior, who is the subordinate, who can give orders, who should take orders, or as I usually tell you the example of the school. Here the principal is there. I being the teacher, I cannot go back to the principal and give orders, but he can give orders to me. I have to follow the instruction given by the principal because principal is superior to me. So here, delegation says clearly who is superior, who is subordinate. Only the superior will be able to delegate the work to the subordinate. So it shows clearly the basis of management hierarchy establishes superior subordinate relationship, determines who has to report to whom. Scalar chain, I am going back again. On one side we have A, B, C, D, A on the top, B just below A, C is below B, D is below C. So there shows the power or the position. A is the superior, B is superior but subordinate to A, but superior to C. C is superior to D but subordinate to B. So it shows clearly the ranking order, determines who has to report to whom. Here, as I told you the example, I have to report to the principal. If the principal is delegating, sharing some of his work with me, I have to report to him, to the principal. I know clearly I have to report to the principal. I am answerable for the queries or the questions given by the principal, and the principal can ask me because I am his subordinate and he has shared the work with me. So determines who has to report to whom, decides the power that each job position enjoys. Delegation says the authority, responsibility, accountability is there. Again, going back to the scalar chain, as I told you, B is subordinate to A. So B is given a particular power within which he has to work. He is not having the power or authority like A, but he is having more power and authority than C. Same is the case with C, who is below B. C is having the power and authority, but not up to B, but more than D, who is subordinate to him. That is why it says decide the power that each job position enjoys. Say for example, again I am a teacher. I have the authority, I have the responsibility, I have the accountability, but I don't have the power like a coordinator. I don't have the power like a vice principal or the principal. Within that limit of the power given to me, I have to do the work. So when delegation is there, it says clearly what is the power, what is the authority of each and every subordinate who was given the work which is delegated by the superior. Besides the power that each job position, that means the manager, assistant manager or head of the department or a director, whatever it may be, each job position is having its own power of authority and responsibility. So through delegation, it will be stating clearly, decide the power that each job position enjoy. Okay, we are moving to the next number, that is number 6, better coordination. We have studied coordination is the essence of the management. Whenever different departments are working or different groups of people are working, coordination means bringing together the activities to the desired way is necessary. That is called coordination. So, better coordination, the elements of delegation define the powers, duties and answerability related to the various positions. Already we have seen the elements of delegation is authority, responsibility and accountability. I told you the example. Principal is having more authority, equal responsibility and equal accountability is there. I being a teacher, I do not have such authority like the principal or the coordinator. I don't have the responsibility like the coordinator or the principal. So each position says clearly, look at that one. Duties and answerability. Delegation defines the powers, duties and answerability related to the various positions. As I told you, principal or the case of a business organization, the directors or the chairman have more authority, more responsibility and more accountability. HOD is having more but not up to the chairman or the managing director. A manager will be having the authority or responsibility but not up to the HOD. That is why it says delegation defines the powers, duties and answerability related to the various positions. According to the position or the ranking order, the authority, responsibility, accountability will be reducing or increasing. That is what we have seen in the scalar chain. Then avoid duplication of duties and efforts. The advantage of delegation is I am sharing the work with somebody and says clearly this is your authority to do the work, responsibility and accountability is there. So duplication means 2 or 3 people doing the same work. That will not happen because I have delegated a particular work with only 1 or 2 subordinates and each one is told what is to be done. Everybody is clear what is to be done. So there will not be any duplication of work happen. Avoid duplication of duties and efforts. Such clarity helps in developing effective coordination among the departments and levels of management. So here, as we have seen, coordination is the essence of management and coordination is necessary for the smooth function. Here coordination is very easy because when delegation is there, each person to whom the work is delegated is made very clear what is his or her duty or the authority or the responsibility, accountability, etc. And the area within which they have to work is also clearly given. When I usually tell you the example. As per the timetable, I know when I have to attend your class and when I come to your class, what should I teach? All these things are clear to me. If I come to your class any period I like, if I come and teach any subject I like, then there will be duplication. There will be a lot of problem. But I don't do it. No teacher will be doing that one. The teachers are coming to the class according to the timetable and they teach the subject allotted to them. So everybody is clear about the duties, authorities and responsibility. Everything is very clearly given. Such clarity helps in developing effective coordination among the departments and levels of management. Say production department is there, purchasing department is there, Each department, people who are working in each department are very clear. What is their area of work? What is the work to be done? What is the responsibility given to them? When the purchasing department is interfering with the production department or sales department, duplication is there, confusion will be there. But it will not happen, because when delegation is done, the top level management tells the purchasing department to do this work. The production department is given a particular work. So each department or each manager is very clear about the work to be done and the authority given to them. So helps in developing effective coordination among the departments and levels of management.